This was the 7th year the girl had been locked in the basement. Her mother was still waiting day and night for her daughter to come home, but she didn't know her daughter was imprisoned by her husband in the basement, and had already given birth to 2 children for her own father. The father moved back and forth between the 2 families every day, playing different roles. Amy's daughter had started learning to draw and write. She proudly showed her father her progress, even though she didn't understand whether the man in front of her was her grandpa or her dad. If he was in a bad mood, he would come here seeking comfort. As a reward, the father brought them a TV the next day. Amy was thrilled. Life no longer felt so dull. Through the TV the child could also learn about the outside world. The temporary joy almost made her forget it was still a prison. But it wasn't long before the child got sick. The medicine the father brought was for adults. Amy didn't dare give it to the child, and had no idea how much to give. The father simply said give half and turned to leave. He didn't care whether the child lived or died. This made Amy explode with rage. She could endure anything herself, but she didn't want her child to be harmed. Still the father left without looking back, leaving Amy to face everything alone. Another year quickly passed. That day her older sister happened to run into Amy's boyfriend. After a few words, the boy couldn't hold it in. He asked why Amy ran off with another guy. Only then did the sister realize the father had lied, but she had no idea why he would do that. Meanwhile in the basement, the child was bored every day, making constant noise, which made the already irritable Amy even more frustrated. Helplessly she took out 3 flashlights, and started playing games with the children. Just moments ago they were full of stress. Now they were smiling with joy, despite the terrible environment. Amy's attitude was incredibly rare. In that sunless cage, she silently endured everything for her children, burying all her pain deep inside, just to make sure her kids could feel some happiness each day. That night, the sister told the mother about the father's lie. The 2 confronted him. The sister even suspected the father did something. That made him instantly furious. Right then, the sister saw the keys on the couch. She grabbed them and went to the basement, because she had a feeling the disappearance might have something to do with the father, and he always acted strange about the basement. So she tried to look for clues there, but while she was searching, the father had already come downstairs. The younger sister glared at the father in anger, and demanded to know if he had hidden her sister. The father was furious at his daughter's accusation, but while they were arguing, Amy was struggling to deliver her 3rd child in the hidden room. But the small space couldn't hold 4 people. She suggested sending the baby upstairs, to help calm her mother's emotions. The next day, a baby's cry rang out at the front door. When the wife opened it, she found a note from Amy in the cradle, saying she couldn't raise the child, and begged her mother to take care of it. After reading the note the wife was overjoyed. At least it proved their daughter was still alive. She happily called out to her husband, but didn't notice the note in the basket. The father pretended to know nothing. After his wife left, he quietly picked up the note. That night in front of Amy, he read the message aloud. He felt Amy had been living too comfortably lately. As punishment, he threw the red dress at her, and Amy had no choice but to accept it. But for the sake of her children's mental health, Amy still found joy in misery. She gave her love to her children as much as she could, and just like that 14 years went by, Amy's oldest daughter had grown into a beautiful young woman. She had learned to dress herself up with makeup. The father looked at the girl, with a perverted gleam in his eyes.
You are very beautiful.
Seeing that familiar look in her father's eyes, Amy suddenly realized something was very wrong.